Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Toronto. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First and 10 from the 41. Running once more with Brooks. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing off the play fake here. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Third and a lone yard coming up. On the give, it's Sanders. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just short on third down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on fourth?
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Back now, pressure on its way. Throw is caught by the back. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They hit him for 5 yards on fourth down and get the successful conversion. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. To throw, here's Locke. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Completed over the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
On now is York to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
To the air, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Let's go. Locke looking to throw. It is caught left side. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Let's go now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's Brooks. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Again, they give to Brooks. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. You're good on the point after. And the Panthers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now he's York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Put some respect on that corner's name. Corners aren't just on that field to cover. They can hit, and they can create tackles for loss, too.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Here we go. Buffalo 18. Ready?
Dropping back to throw. He lofts it deep left. That's grabbed inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown. The Dragons reach pay dirt for the first time this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll start this drive out, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Lock. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it'll be their football. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Caleb Farley ranging over for that stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 18 Rattler.
They give it to him again. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, looking to throw. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal.
Let's go.
They're throwing it into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. You got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. The play clock reaches 5 seconds, and we're going to get a timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So now, here's third and goal.
Let's go now.
Now looking to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Ontario. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone.
Come on. Set. 70 Lions. Head the 60. Head the 60. Take go.
He's dropping back to throw. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. He has the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Dragons tie things up at 14. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Now a give to Brooks, coming left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's Lock to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. On the give, it's Brooks. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Carolina in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10 from the 41. Airing it out to start this drive. He lofts one deep, center of the field. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the touchdown. I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Dropping it over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Dragons break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Locke. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Dragons get it back on his 6th interception of the season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his right. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown! And now, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dragons double their lead to 14. Brooks has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Hands off here for Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. On second down, it's Brooks. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Lock to throw it. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing is Lock. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. So they're left facing third and long.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Here he is on third and long. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And he makes the Mets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play.
I ain't try to score right there. I tried to get tackled. I should have just
See the
dove.
return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Returning it from the 4. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now he's York to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Right there, Hurt. Let's go now.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and 3 now. And they'll pitch it out to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Ready up.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Come on.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one finds Goddard. And he'll get it up to the 44. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Here we go, here we go.
The give here on second. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
Here we go, set.
On first down, they'll run. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go.
18, Pioneer. Ready.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hey, smash, Bronco. Check go.
Back to the well again. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Man the street, man the street.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Check, hey, go.
Now a give on the counter. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Set up. Ready.
They'll throw it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Bates' kick is up and good. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Let's go.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Working quickly here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. The task gets tougher as they set up on 4th down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hand off to the back. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Go, Chap. Go, Chap. Hut, hut.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be a 1st down.
That kind of call right there, Kate, shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise. It used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll run the counter. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Toronto. Dragons, well, they can probably just run away and hide. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst, the quickness, the pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than 5.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. They'll run here following the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it a couple of yards, and it's 4th down and 5.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. A pretty automatic look for him from the... Oh, it's a fake. They're throwing. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Well, clearly, the defense did not go all in on the block right there, and fortunate for them, because it allowed them to pivot when they saw the fake, and they stay in position to defend it beautifully.
On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Running once more with Brooks. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Dragons emerge as winners as we say so long from Toronto.